Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is the 74th part of What If Deku Was Sanji's Reincarnation, My Heroes Reborn. The author of this great fanfic is Emily. Links to them and original story in the description. Chapter 74, Exam Break. The first part of the exam wasn't halfway over yet. Slowly but surely more and more people came into the room. But things had quieted down. After all but Todoroki passed, the sleep deprivation hit Mara again, who just announced things as they happened in a bored tone. Expect for one moment when someone eliminated 100 students at single moment. Many people noticed the UA group and steered clear, unsure how to go about it. After all, word had already spread about how two of them passed in 30 seconds, which inspired the rest of the time to take their opponents down with a few short minutes. It was better to stay away from them unless they just wanted to make friends for some reason. However, that didn't include Shindo. Shindo noticed the UA group. His eyes started to twitch at the sight of them. And he wanted answers. He noticed Izuku, who was talking, not some of his classmates. He glared at UA students, then walked over. Midoriya, Bakugo, muttered Shindo. Izuku sighed while Bakugo glared at him. What do you want to talk about? Asked Izuku, going to Sanji mode. How were you able to do that? Asked Shindo, but I'm sure it had nothing to do with his quirk. You want to know? Asked Izuku. Shindo glared at him. We were hit by a quirk that made us remember our past lives, said Izuku sarcastically. The rest of class 1's sweat dropped at this. They knew it was true, but saying it out loud, especially like that. Yeah, right, muttered Shindo. However, as it turned out, a boy with violet skin and red-violet hair was walking past them when Izuku said that. He couldn't help but to butt into the conversation, mostly because he had heard a lot about the villain. Wait, did you just say you remembered a past life because of villain? Said the boy. You mean priestess, right? Yeah, I do, said Izuku, slipping out of Sanji mode due to the surprise of someone knowing about priestess. Oh man. I thought the UA student thing was just a rumor, but I wrong, said the boy. How do you know about her? Asked Momo, walking over. My uncle used to be a pro hero, but then a certain villain's quirk hit him and he was mechanic in a past life and he lost the will be a hero, said the boy. He's a good mechanic, but I don't know, it just sucks, you know. We know we're among the lucky ones, said Izuku. Oh hey, none of you still remained heroes because of the cancer thing, said the boy. Cancer thing? Asked Izuku. What do you mean? Asked Momo. Oh, something I heard about some people remaining heroes, said the boy. Shindo just watched this conversation very, very confused. You know, there's probably reasons why we haven't heard about it, said Momo. Yeah. Hibiki tends to forget things a lot, said Izuku. Hibiki? Asked the boy. Oh, orchestra rave, said Izuku. Oh yeah, I heard he's the leader of those that remained heroes, said the boy. Yeah, said Izuku with a sweat drop. Shindo walked away, not wanting to talk anymore. Katsuki, who was just listening to the conversation, snorted as the guy was driven away by a strangely pleasant conversation with them about priestess. After talking a bit, the boy left after noticing some of his classmates had passed too. Nice talking to you guys, said the boy. Yeah, said Izuku, happy to have a nice experience with some of the other students there. It's both a shame that you all passed right away, said a new voice. They turned and saw a group of girls wearing the same uniform. One girl, who was clearly the leader, with long light purple hair and wore a monocle. Oh Momo Yayorozu, it's a shame that you and your classmates already passed the exam before we could face off, but I've heard many things about you and your classmates, said the girl. I was really hoping to go up against you in your class. I doubt we'll be able to anytime soon. However, Momo wasn't paying attention to the girl. Instead was glaring at Izuku, who had entered love mode after seeing all of the girls. What is wrong with your friend? Asked the girl. Don't ask, muttered Momo. That was when Katsuki walked over and hit Izuku with his sword. Ow, muttered Izuku. You done embarrassing yourself, muttered Katsuki. Izuku blushed, forcing down Sanji modus while making sure it wouldn't happen again. After it was a bunch of girls from an all-girls school, if wasn't careful he might slip again. We're not going to fight again, but I hope this isn't our only chance to one day face off, said the girl. The gaggle of girls are all walked away. Achiko was who playing the Uno game started to pout. Hey Achiko, are you okay there? Said Mina. I'm fine, muttered Achiko. Achiko, you have to draw 4. Said Tsuyu, and it's blue. Sue, sighed Achiko. But she got even more annoyed when she heard. OMG. You guys must have been the ones to pass first. It of course was that girl Cammy. She grinded her gears even more. Oh wow. I know you were strong, but I didn't think it would take 30 seconds. Said Cammy. Izuku wasn't sure how to react to Cammy's attention. However, it wasn't Cammy's attention that got them. Inasa also passed. Oh yeah. UA was behind that. Said Inasa, that's why I knew I had to go plus ultra on all of them. Wait, what? Asked Izuku. You're the guy who destroyed 100 of them, right? Asked Katsuki with a grin. Kakin no, said Izuku. You already missed your chance to fight him, pointed out Momo. Maybe we can ask Nizu to do some joint training, said Katsuki. Izuku sighed. It was clear that the guy was on Grand Line strength level, not the higher strength levels, but one that it should be fun to fight. I will be willing to agree to this idea, yelled Inasa. I test my strength against UA students. The three of them looked at him, unsure how to tell him that they weren't normal UA students. They noticed that Todoroki was looking at him. However, Inasa was glaring it right back at him. What did he do? Asked Izuku. He's just like his father, growled out Inasa. What? Asked Izuku. I've seen the look in his eyes, muttered Inasa. Izuku looked at Inasa. He quickly entered Sanji mode. Let me guess you had a terrible encounter with Endeavor, said Izuku. It wasn't hard to find stories of Endeavor mistreating fans in some ways. I overheard him telling the story of when Endeavor insulted him and knocked an autograph board out of his hands, said Cammy. Cammy, yelled Inasa. So let me guess you met him before he changed during the exam, and because of how he was at the time you now hate him, said Izuku. Inasa didn't answer. Whoa. It's so weird your personality keeps switching, said Cammy. Izuku froze. Said Izuku. He got hit by a quirk a while back and it messed him up mentally. My uncle got hit by the same quirk and he quit being a hero, said the violet boy from earlier. Trust me, it's a weird quirk. Is that true? Asked Cammy. I have weird personality shifts, said Izuku, blushing. So you're still a cinnamon roll? Asked Cammy. Izuku sighed, hoping that Aiko's memes would soon finally die. Look. Icy hot is nowhere close the fucking bastard his sperm donor is. If you think he was fucking terrible to his fans, he was probably fucking worse to his family, said Katsuki. Inasa didn't even think about that. I'll have to think about that, yelled Inasa. However, there was something that made both Izuku and Shoto look at him. Shit. He thought realizing he never told anyone he eavesdropped on a private conversation between the two. We now have 50 spots left, announced Mara. He looked at Toru, who saw the look on his face, and shrugged. Todoroki, we need to talk to TNT for brains in private, said Izuku, dragging Katsuki away. Todoroki nodded as Cammy, Inasa, and Momo all watched him get dragged away. They talked in the restroom and Katsuki groaned. Okay, the thing is I fucking overheard your conversation back in the sports festival. muttered Katsuki, clear as the only one who knows. I think I let it slip something I shouldn't have known to her at the time. Which was? Said Izuku. Your past life sperm donor, nothing about the flailing pile of shit. Muttered Katsuki. Izuku sighed. Why did you listen? Asked Todoroki. Shit if I know. Muttered Katsuki. Well, if you haven't said anything since then? Sighed Izuku. It was clear that neither was mad for something that happened months ago, and the only thing he accidentally blabbed about was something that told to someone who knew about this fact. And since I know more since then, the only I can say about that asshole there is one thing better than him is that he actually gave his kids names. Said Katsuki. What? Asked Todoroki. You don't want to know. Muttered Izuku in Sanji mode. He literally didn't want to say anything about how his name in his past life literally was third son with his sister and brother's names following the same pattern. They heard the accounts of there being more to pass. We should get back in, said Izuku. Wait, did anyone overhear? Asked Katsuki. I don't think anyone was in here or left or entered since I got in here. Said Todoroki. The other two sweat dropped that they forgot to check. They joined their classmates as the rest of the people who passed arrived. During that time, Izuku noticed that all of the Ketsubutsu students had managed to pass. However, he noticed that purple-haired student from Shiketsu didn't. Something told him he didn't want to know why he didn't pass, but that the reason was kind of stupid. And with that, the last person passed. Finally, called out Mara, we'll let the last students rest for a bit before straining the next part of the exam. It was clear that soon the next part would begin and hopefully the rest of Class 1A would pass the exam. That will be it for this part. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and comment if you want part 75. If you want to hear more from me, subscribe. I hope to see you all in the next one.